Hard work. I think throughout the phases of this build, I feel like that is the word that I keep coming back to, is that everything in this is hard work. And throughout my life, I feel like my parents have instilled that into me from a young child, is that you're gonna have to work hard for the things that you want. And this is no different. There's a lot of things that I don't know how to do. And throughout my life, I've had to figure out of just like, this is how you make it work. Or you need to at least try and fail forward and then learn from your mistakes from that. This video is all about running electricity into the off-grid cabin. I have no idea how to do any of this stuff. I've just had to YouTube how to wire a house or YouTube how to install electrical outlets and things like that. I'm not afraid to do the work. I just don't want to mess up, but I don't want that to hold me back from moving forward. So in this video, I was going to do everything myself. Luckily, my dad said that he was going to come up and help me and kind of get me started with the electrical. Super thankful for him and my parents for helping me out with this, and hopefully you guys enjoy this as well.
Try and find the best path so we're not wasting a lot of cable.
Okay.
Because that stuff's expensive. So since it's going to be over there, most of it's going to be here. Most of it's going to be on this side right here, right?
Yeah, kitchen and then living area.
The kitchen's right here?
Yep.
All right. So I don't think we want to go up and over in that way. I mean, we can measure it and see what the distance is, but I just think we just create a path going that way.
Okay.
Straight to the panel. So we'll drill holes, 2 sets of holes, so we can get the cable going that way. A little tedious stuff, but shouldn't be bad. Hey, think about it. We're off some strings. You could have snapped the line so all of our holes are straight, and then that way when we go to pull the cable, we don't have this. So I didn't bring a chalk line or a string. So
Tape measure work?
it will. Yeah,
If we just go down however many, and then
we could
go straight across.
and then that way there they'll all be straight. It's just easier pulling the cable that way. So if you put your TV here and it's up on the top, what happens if you have the booster and all that other stuff?
That's smart. I didn't think about that.
Right, so I'll go ahead and drill this side, but we'll come this way.
Okay. So it should be marked for you. I just want to put a disclaimer in this video that everything that we're doing in here, we're trying our best to meet code, but none of this stuff has to get inspected or looked at or anything else like that. We are doing all of this to run off of a generator, so we are not going to hook up to any shoreline power.
Yeah, we won't put a box in for the microwave until we figure out where the cabinet goes, and then set it off to the side.
What about electrical outlets?
So we can do that for sure.
So that height looks good.
I mean, you figure 36, right? Average is 36. I mean, you could come down to, because this is where your countertop's going to be. That might be a little too high. I would come down to maybe 4. So since we got the light in, to control that if you want, since it's going to be high, you should probably put 2 switches in. And the reason is one's for the light and one's for the fan. That way, unless you have a string hanging down to turn it on.
Okay.
So we didn't pick up a double game box.
We picked up a triple.
Right. Oh, that triple was for the entry light, the porch light, and fan. So that does go here.
Okay.
So put the triple here. Or you could put the triple here, depending on, I don't know what you're doing with the doors.
I think it'd probably go better over here.
Okay.
But what are you saying about the doors? What do you mean?
So when you walk in, the door's going to swing this way, or is it going to swing this way? So that when you walk in, you can flip the switch. So it's your entry door. It's going to come inwards. So you just have to figure out, you're going to get a right hinge or left hinge.
So the one at my house swings open to the left.
Correct, and then the switch is right here.
Okay.
So we should probably do this. Okay. And
Plus
then
that gives more room for over there if we want to put something in front of that.
Yeah, right. So now, since we drilled those to come from this direction, we need to drill this way to come from this direction.
All right.
But that's what you do. You try and figure this stuff out. So, all right. So we need to drill 2 more holes to come down here.
All right.
I just bend them down just a little bit, but don't break them off, because this is supposed to be the tab in here that holds the wire. That's what this is for. That tab kind of puts pressure on it. To me, it's useless, but that's just how they do it. So we're gonna have an outside light.
Yep.
Which will come to here. Then we have 2 wires that will go up to that outlet we just put in. One's for the light, one's for the fan. So we'll need to run 2 wires out, and then we're going to run 1 wire in, which is going to provide power. So 1 wire comes in.
So you're doing that for just one on the bottom then? For the 1 wire in.
So there's 1 wire in, and then we have 3 out.
So if it's coming out, you want it on the top. If it's coming in, you want it on the bottom.
Just because that's the way our circuit is being fed. If normally that's how it, especially the lights, since it goes out to overhead, I always take the lights out top, and it's common sense, and then the power coming in from the bottom.
Okay.
Since these are coming out of the box, we're going to label each end of the cable. So this cable here is for the light, and it says light on both ends, and this one is for the fan. So we'll know how to wire it in once we start wiring it. But we got to take it from this box up over to the box we installed in there. So we won't run it through here first. We'll get it up to there, and then we'll cut this in. But now we're going to need to take this. Give you this. Feed it from that side in. Nope, you're going to the box, the metal box. Yep.
So then this is going over here.
It's going to there, yep. 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches. Let me see what you got. Oh, that's more than enough, yep. All right, so now,
That locks in place. That's good.
yeah, it does. It does lock in place. Now what we need to do is let's leave some slack, because we know that we're going to have to move this left or right depending on how the fan will go. So my suggestion is you take that and tack it all the way over to this side. That'll give us 16 inches of room. So we'll put another one here, and we'll be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this end here. Take some of this kink out. And we know that one down there is the light, this one's the fan.
So you're just relabeling those?
Well, because I cut it, yeah. And I'll do the same with that one. That one's kind of long. Then all we'll do is we'll put another staple on that, bring this into here, and then feed it into the box. And then your light is now done. Okay?
Cool.
When you are running your wires through the holes, if you don't untwist your wire, it's going to go like this when you try and pull it through, and it'll get knotted. So what you want to do is you want to take the knot out of your wire. I shouldn't say the knot, it's the twist. So right now this is relatively straight and it should pull pretty good. But as I pull it out of here, you see all that twist. So what you want to do is secure it at one end, and as it comes out of the bag here, just uncoil it like this, and it takes the twist out of your wire. And then now you get to this end, and play with it a little bit, but you can see that that's a lot better than the other one was. Not perfect, but you've at least gotten it straight. So now we're going to take and feed this from the panel back over to our first outlet that's going to feed the lights and fan, as well as the circuit.
I wanted to show you guys the almost finished product, but the finished product for today. So we have most of this stuff ran here, and we got all of this knocked out in, believe it or not, an hour 15. So that's with explaining everything, that my dad breaking everything down for me and installing everything. So it worked pretty well. So just to recap everything, we have our switches. So there's going to be an outdoor light, the fan, and the light to the fan that's going to go here. Over here is going to be the light to the loft. So over here we've already wired up some wire for the lights. So I don't think we got that on video, but you can see here that we have all the wiring in place for us to put in, and we're going to put recessed lighting up in here. We have an outlet that's going here, another outlet that's going here. The reason why these are so close is because this one is if someone's sitting on the couch here, they can charge their phone or do whatever they need to do. This one's going to be for the booster to help our cell phone signal and the TV. So obviously the TV is going to go right there. Over here, I think we're going to actually rearrange this. We're going to push this down a little bit and then just have one receptacle right there. We wired for our overhead fan. We're only going to have one light source in the middle, and then the other light sources are going to be from underneath the lofts. So from here, we went from our 3-gang box all the way up over the doorways, and then that's going to go all the way back to our panel. I want to put the panel here so that it's out of the way and kind of tucked away in a corner. So that should be everything. We ran out of electrical wire. So we are about 3/4 of the way done, but we still have to wire from this box all the way over, and then we still have to wire a box up into the loft as well. So once those are done, the electrical will be all the way wired, and then we will just have to come back and rewire for the outlets. That should be in the next video. So keep an eye out for that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got a kick out of us wiring this shed. If you guys have any questions or comments or things you would have done differently, let us know in the comments. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video.